On the log, I really don't have much. I've got one thing that's a little bit unusual. That was one of the family offenses. And let me get this pulled up quick. This was last night about 9 p.m. I'm sorry, about 7 p.m. We had a mom that showed up at the hospital, had a couple of kids, a 4-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl. And it turns out the kids had got hold of some edibles, some gummies that had THC in them, and mom was obviously concerned about her children. Once they kind of investigated things, the officers found there was a package of the THC gummies in mom's purse, and the kids somehow got hold of them and ate some of them. Sounds like the kids were checked out and they were going to be fine. Mom was arrested for 2 counts of abuse and neglect, 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, possession of controlled substance, paraphernalia, and then resisting arrest. And is that, do you want her name?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Her last name is McConnell, Macconnell. Spell that again. Macconnell. First is Ariel, Ariel. Middle initial I have is D, as in David, and she's 28, and I believe from Sioux Falls.
Was there a house at all? Location after that?
She was actually driving when it happened. Yeah, so I'm not, the report doesn't say where it happened, but I believe she was driving when it happened. That's kind of it for the big stuff. The one assault was a domestic. The burglary, we had a house and a business that somebody entered, a storage unit, had some items taken from it. Another one was an attempt. The disorderlies are some trespassings. One of them was somebody that got into a car, unlocked car. The embezzlement was a van that was loaned out. The other family disputes and offenses are all reports. Nothing big from the fraud, some more reports, credit cards and checks from those. Larcenies, a few shopliftings, few unlocked cars, a couple more catalytic converters. No arrests on any of those. Narcotics, marijuana, meth, a couple of them involved juveniles, but no big quantities. The one sex offense, that was just a report. The simple assaults were more domestics. And the vandalisms, we had a couple of cars and then a couple of houses that were damaged, but nothing significant from those.
You know how many converters were stolen?
I'm sorry?
You know how many converters were
The catalytic converters, just 2 reports. And one of them was over the weekend, so that would have been a late report. And then the other one, looks like that was over the weekend also. So it must be just more people making reports. I'm sure all the extra attention has probably spurred them on, but
any unlocked cars, any specific locations at all?
no, it's all over the place. Nothing specific.
Are those converters all over the place as well?
Yeah, these 2 were, I mean, that's what we've been seeing is, the 2 that are on here are nowhere near each other, and just looking through it, it's not concentrated in one area. It seems to be like think of the places where there's a lot of cars that are left parked and unattended, so that seems to be places that are hit a little bit more frequently. So the apartments, businesses that have work trucks that sit out, those seem to be the I guess the ones that have a greater chance, but again, it's not concentrated in one specific area of town. It's really everywhere. Anything else?
What are some tips people can do, just a reminder to kind of making sure their cars are locked?
To make sure their cars are locked?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just make sure it's locked, I guess. I'm not sure how else to say that. You know, it depends on the car. You know, we've seen reports in the past where somebody knows that a lock doesn't function on the car, you know, obviously if you know your car doesn't lock, you should probably take some steps to get that fixed. Depending on the car, you can check. Some cars with the key fob, if you touch the handle, it's going to unlock, so you're not going to be able to check. It just have to be a visual type of thing, but it doesn't take a lot to lock the car. You can look and see if it's locked or not. I think what we run into most of the times are people just aren't even trying to lock the car. They just walk away and close the door. And so that's what we want, is to get people in the habit of locking their cars. We've said this before, but there's would be a tremendous decrease in the crime that we have if people would just simply lock their cars. We've also talked about that's not going to prevent all crime, because obviously we see crimes that happen when somebody breaks a window and takes a purse or a laptop or whatever from the inside. So it's a couple of different steps. I'd like to say baby steps. Lock the cars first, and then we can go from there. But the next step from there is to not leave valuables in the car. If you have a trunk, secure them in the trunk, take them with you. If you're not able to secure them in a place, a secure place, or take them with you, try to keep them out of view. I think most of the criminals, they're not going to walk up to a car and break a window with the hope that there's something in it. They're walking by, looking inside the car, and then deciding to break a window and take the items inside. So trying to keep things out of view if you can. But like I said, I'd be happy if we could just get everybody to lock their cars, to be honest. Anything else? Okay, thanks.